Hey UTV Boondockers, in this episode we're going to cover something that might be missing from the HD11 when you purchase yours, a sub. So we found a good option here, as you can see behind us, that is a nice alternative to what you can purchase from BRP, right from Can-Am. So stay tuned, we're going to run through all the different parts and we're going to run through the install process and any extra things you might need. Stay tuned. All right, before we get into the install, I want to introduce Troy. Troy's our sound guy. He does all of our sound related stuff, so this is perfect for him, and he's going to show you every single thing, but first he's going to give you an overview of all the different stuff, because he knows it best, and then we're going to dig right into the install.
What we'll be installing today is the Memphis 10-inch powered subwoofer. It's a Can-Am Defender 10 SE. You can order it through Memphis. There's several locations you can get it from. We ordered it through Thumper Fabs, so great group of guys to order your equipment through. I highly recommend them. What's included is the amplified subwoofer. You get all your power wire, ground, RCA inputs. This is pretty long, whether it's a two-seater or a four-seater. Two-seater is plenty. Four-seater, based on the look, is also plenty. You also get a remote control knob for your subwoofer, which is about 6.5 feet, so you got to be careful when you're mounting it. It does have a 3.5 millimeter jack, so you could get an extension possibly and be able to put it anywhere on the dash, mainly on the four-seater. Two-seater should be perfectly fine, and it comes with all the mounting hardware that you need for your install. Now, the big question, will this directly plug in to your HD11? The answer is no. What you'll need to look into, and it's only 30 bucks, and it's from Recreational Watts, is this little plug right here. Now, we may have already tested the subwoofer to make sure everything's perfect, so I can tell you it works great. It literally plugs in, no issues, and you're ready to go.
Hey, part of this install, the easiest way to get to that center tunnel is you're going to have to pull out your floor mats, and they just pop out with darts, pretty easy. And then you're going to want to get this center piece out as well as this center piece, so that way you can run your wiring back through. There's a ton of darts, and there's even a dart here that hooks your HVAC together. So we definitely have this thing tore completely down because we're going to be running electrical from front to back. You don't have to take it as far as we have, but to get it right, you want to be able to install it and run it back through that tunnel.
Now that Dan's covered how to take the tunnel off in here, it's time to show you where the sub is going to be mounted. On this HD11 four-seater, we're actually mounting it up underneath the front. So you'll lift the seats up. The sub will actually mount right here where there's typically a little glove box. So it'll actually sit down on here and connect into here. So I'll grab this up and kind of show you how that sits. So it'll sit just like that. And then you have your brackets that will connect to this bar to keep it solid in the actual vehicle. When you're doing the install, you'll need to take off the battery cover, and there are two quick turn pins here. Then you'll remove this off and take it out of the system, and then you can start working on your tunnel from there. Okay, once you get all the tunnel apart and you start working on running your wiring, when you get the battery cover off, you're going to look for this cable, which is taped to this loom. And this is going to be your connector, which you're going to plug your $30 adapter into. It'll actually say Tilt Box Audio Sub on the actual plug itself. Once you've got all this found, you're going to take the black cover off. This will plug directly in. This will create your RCAs that you'll need to run to the sub and your remote turn on for the subwoofer itself. Obviously, you'll have your positive for your battery and negative for your battery will also hook into the already wired sub. Once you've got to the point where everything is off, your wiring is ready to go. It's a 10 millimeter to take off the battery posts. So you've got your ground, you've got your positive and remote turn on wire, which is in that plug we discussed earlier. Then you can kind of pull your wire through and cable management however you need to. But that's it for right here. Very easy. Now I'll go to the front. So once you get everything done in the back, come up front, you're going to plug into your RCAs here. This is your gain control for the actual sub, so you can turn it up or down depending on your needs and how much you want to have. Then this is the actual 3.5 millimeter plug to plug in the remote gain control that you can mount on the dash. I've heard people mounting it on the side of the sub because it's very easy to get to. So those are the things you're going to need. Other than that, we're ready to turn this thing on.
Real quick, there's a lot of wire that comes with this subwoofer install. I abbreviated quite a bit of it, so we have a direct run from the front seat to the back. So I cut some chunks out of it. We ended up, so I went back through and water sealed everything just like factory, so it looks just like the factory connectors, cabling, so we're all good. This will run from that front seat all the way back to the battery, connect up, and there's no extra wire that's going to be in your tunnel taking up space for more accessories later on.
All right, sometimes I get picked on for overkill, but I got everything wired, wrapped, sealed up, pulled back through, and we're going to try to get this thing mounted and buttoned up. Everything's tidied up. I got those zip ties. They're not super tight, just in case I got to push and pull any of these cables, but they're definitely away from anything that's going to get hot. Try to keep those isolated. So making some more progress. Okay guys, hey, we're gonna try to wrap up and get all this wiring done on the sub. So what I'm gonna do is, my sub is gonna be in the front, so it's actually gonna be right about here on the max. So I need to have access to run that line. I'm gonna run it right about there, and what that'll do is I'm going to hog out just a little spot here in the seam, so that way I can take either one of these covers and this floor mat off whenever I want without having to rip all the wiring out. I got an old leather punch here. I'm going to start with that in the Santoprene. We're going to put a hole in that first and then carve this out, get that thing dumped in the machine, and away we go. All right guys, I got this modified. I threw a light underneath there so you can kind of see what we're doing. So basically I punched this hole, split it, so that way we can take this off whenever I want. And then we got a hole through here on both sides of this to be able to take either one of these off and not have to unwire the entire sub. All right guys, I was not able to use their mount that they supplied. It's just not gonna work with the floor. That floor is too thick and it's kicking everything up. So I just made a piece out of Unistrut. I am gonna use their rubber straps. I'm gonna rubber strap the inside of this so that way it's nice. Use their washer, use their, and then just use my own in the rig. But I'm gonna strap this thing in. All right, I wanna point out a couple things that I've noticed here. One, when you pick this seat up, it now runs into that ever so slightly. Some of that might be on me too, I'm not sure, but I'm gonna adjust that just a little bit. I'm just gonna grind just a little bit out of that off. It's not a big deal, but I want you guys to notice that's an issue that I just found. And also, if you look down there, because I did the cord in between the two seams, it makes the cord run over just a little bit, so this doesn't go all the way under and level, and that might be why that's bumping just a little bit there. But so it's not exactly square to that bar. It's not a big deal. It's still in the same position. Everything seems to be working just fine. But just want to give you guys that update. If you do use that seam like I did, by the time that your cord goes over there, it wants to kind of push on the speaker just a little bit and then cause it to be just slightly out of cant there. All right guys, I'm going to wire up this remote for the sub so I can boost it up or turn it down depending on the song. And I want it right directly above my speaker output, for the volume output. So I'm going to put it right up underneath here. I'm going to drill a hole up in here, let that go through. That's for future use. Stay tuned, I'll show you that. And I'm going to go ahead and center punch this and drill this thing out. All right, I've got that drilled out, put a nice little grommet in there. I'm gonna feed this through. We're gonna wire this back through the dash and then back down in the tunnel and back to the sub. All right guys, I got this all completed. So here's your sub adjuster right now. Kind of see where that's at. Mounted it up to this plastic, ran it straight through, just with a hole directly behind it so it's all hidden, you can't see it. And look how clean and easy that is. Nice and easy, and it's directly underneath my volume button, so I can adjust everything on the radio sort of right there.
Half volume with the windows closed. Woo! That sounds good.
All right, man, Troy hooked me up. This trail limo has turned into quite the little discotheque. I love it. I can't wait to go cruising up down on the trail and have this thing bumping a little bit. For the price that this thing costs, it is totally worth it. It is not that expensive. It's a pretty easy install. Make sure that you take a look at the links in the bottom. We're going to have obviously the link to the Memphis sub, and we're also going to have a link to the adapter cable, as well as the RCA plugs if you have a Max. Super easy install. Can't wait to have you guys tell us how much you love it.
Hey, thanks so much for watching. Really appreciate your time that you're spending watching these videos. If you liked the video, please click that like button down there and click subscribe. It's free. It just lets you know when new stuff comes out, builds our subscriber count, makes us a little more popular. And also,
hey, at the bottom of the page, you're going to notice that we have a new store where you can get cool guy swag and cool girl swag.
yeah, lots of colors.
Lots of different colors, and there's a lot of lady stuff in there too. Coffee mugs, shirts, sweatshirts, even
Hats.
some old school. So we have an OG collection, the original collection, and all these other fun stuff as well. So, in fact, there's a Sasquatch.
There is, yeah, UTVBoondocker.com.
Funny.
Take you right to the store. You can scroll down and see some of our stuff. So check it out and support the Boondocker Nation. We really appreciate anything you do.